Hey friends, fellow anglers, and all you passionate water explorers, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the fishing forecast for a truly spectacular spot, Sydney, Australia, for Saturday, the 15th of November, 2025. Now listen up. This day is shaping up to be a real mixed bag, full of potential for those who know where to look, but also a few challenges that'll test your skills. Are you ready to uncover the secrets of a cracking spring bite in the harbour city? First things first, let's talk about the skies above Sydney on Saturday, the 15th of November. We're looking at some beautiful, predominantly clear weather with daytime temperatures hitting a comfortable range between 24 and 31 degrees Celsius, with a high possibly reaching 31 degrees. The nights will be mild, dropping to around 16 to 19 degrees Celsius. Importantly, no significant rainfall is expected, meaning we anticipate stable atmospheric pressure. Winds are expected to be light to moderate, around 15 knots, perhaps from the east or southeast, which is typical for spring here. Stable pressure combined with pleasant temperatures usually translates to fish that are more willing to move and feed rather than shutting down due to sudden changes. As for the water temperature, my friends, it's firmly in that beautiful spring transition zone. We're seeing average sea temperatures around Sydney hovering between 19 and 21 degrees Celsius, with some areas potentially hitting 20.5 degrees Celsius. This warming trend, slowly rising from the winter chill, is bringing abundant baitfish closer to shore and generally waking up our predatory species. It means fish are becoming more active, seeking out food sources in the more comfortable water, which is fantastic news for us. Now let's look to the heavens. On the 15th of November 2025, we'll be under a waning crescent moon. Its illumination will be relatively low, somewhere between 13 and 20%, gradually decreasing towards the new moon. While some old-school anglers might tell you the waning crescent is the absolute peak for fishing, marking a period of decreasing activity towards the new moon, my experience tells me otherwise. It just means we need to be smarter. Focus intently on the major and minor solunar times, especially when they coincide with dawn and dusk, because fish will still feed, and often aggressively, during these precise windows. The moon's gravitational pull, though less intense in this phase, still influences tides and fish movement. Overall, my friends, this mid-November period in Sydney is a fantastic transitional time. The steadily warming waters are bringing in plenty of baitfish, and many species are becoming increasingly active as they prepare for the summer feeding frenzy. We're moving out of the cooler spring bite and heading into the prime summer season. Given the stable, warm weather and rising water temperatures, I'd rate the overall bite for Saturday, the 15th of November, as good, but still a little capricious. The fish are there, they're feeding, but the lower moon illumination might mean shorter, more intense bite windows, making timing crucial. Be prepared to adapt and hit those prime solunar periods. For our friends targeting Tailor and Salmon, the Sydney Harbour and its headlands are calling your name. These guys are really reacting to surface lures right now. I'd recommend casting small stick baits or metals, especially during those early morning bust-ups when they're chasing bait. Look for signs of surface activity, nervous baitfish, splashing, or diving birds. A fast retrieve works wonders to trigger their predatory instincts. They'll also be cruising the middle harbour. Why are they here? The warming waters are pushing baitfish like pilchards and whitebait into these shallower, more sheltered areas, and these pelagic predators are right on their tails, actively feeding before the sun gets too high. Kingfish, the true kings of the harbour, are definitely on the menu. Look for them aggressively hunting over local reefs around bait schools, and especially near structures like channel markers or navigation aids in the harbour, particularly where you see yucca and squid. Early mornings are prime time for chasing surface-feeding kingfish. Try working small stick baits or metals through any visible bust-ups at dawn. For a more consistent bite, live bait, such as yuccas, slimies, or fresh squid, presented unweighted or with a light running sinker near reefs or deep drop-offs, will always be a top choice. They're active and feeding heavily as the water temperature suits their metabolism, and they're looking to bulk up, offering a fantastic fight. If you're looking for a calmer yet incredibly rewarding experience, head to the flats of Botany Bay or the George River for some quality flathead and whiting. For flathead, drifting soft plastics, particularly paddle-tail or grub patterns in natural baitfish colors over sandy patches and along weed lines is incredibly effective. The warming water makes them more active and willing to ambush passing prey, so work your plastic slowly along the bottom. As for whiting, the run-in tide over clear shallow flats is key. Small surface walkers or tiny pink grubs cast into the shallows will get absolutely smashed by these feisty fighters. They're moving into these shallower areas to feed on worms and small crustaceans, which become more active with the rising temperatures and tidal flow. All right, my fellow fishing fanatics, that's the rundown for Sydney on the 15th of November, 2025. This day holds some fantastic potential for those willing to get out there and explore. Remember, preparation and adaptability are your best friends. So get your gear ready, check those lines, and I wish you all tight lines and ni havosta ni cheshui. May your nets be full and your spirit be high. Don't forget to hit that like button if you found this forecast helpful. Subscribe to the channel for more tips and tell me in the comments below. What are your plans for fishing this weekend? Have you had any amazing catches recently in Sydney? Share your stories, friends.